evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry for not uploading yesterday, but there was nothing to really talk about, so I just took a day off. But today, there is something to talk about. Garret Sander went to the Mattel store today. If you don't know who that is, he is the creator of Monster High, and he found Abbey. This is our first instance of seeing Abbey in the wild. He claimed that there were more at the store, but that they had all sold, so basically he got the last one. If you live near the Mattel store, she is currently sold out there. But since they stocked her, she should be showing up again sometime soon. Today we're going to be talking about those photos and taking a look at what she looks like in person. So with that said, let's get right into it. So Abbey was first revealed through this photo that Garret Sander posted of himself alongside Abbey and Claude. So she's huge in the box. Right away when this was all we had, I could tell she was huge in the box. And there is actually another photo of Abbey that I've been meaning to talk about, but I haven't yet. If I can find it, I'll bring it up in this video after we've talked about the pictures that Garret posted, but for now, we're just talking about this. She's very tall. We can see the tip of her artwork, but we can't see much else. Fortunately, just a few minutes ago, he posted some more up-close photos where we can see her. So her pet Shiver has been renamed Tundra, she has a snowflake backpack, she has a bunch of little accessories, all of which we've already seen, and in the artwork, we can actually see the horns on her head a bit more clearly. Because let's face it, they are hardly visible here. These are close-ups of her face, and I can barely see the horns. So I'm going to pull up the doll's stock photos just so we can compare the face to see how it differs from the hand-painted prototype. But right off the bat, I really like her. Abbey seems to have a unique body type. I would say she kind of looks like she has the same general silhouette as Draculaura, but with longer legs, obviously because she's taller. Her pose is a little goofy. I will say that the pose is a bit goofy in the box. And she does seem to have custom hands that are different to the ones that we've seen so far. I'm thinking that it's going to be posed the way the other G3 hands are, but she seems to have claws, which she always had in G1. That's what it looks like to me. To me, it doesn't look like she has the Toralei and Claudine hand mold, because Toralei and Claudine have pretty small hands, but Abbey seems to have larger ones. So, overall, I really like what I'm seeing here. The doll's face is gorgeous. The purple on her nose, I'll admit, does look a bit weird. Mostly because it's not, like, blushed on. It kind of just looks like a big glob of paint that was smeared on her face. Which, I get it, but... Okay, no, I don't get it, because blushing is pretty commonplace on dolls. There's tons of dolls that have blushing on their cheeks, so I don't see why they couldn't have like blushed the purple onto her nose rather than just do like a big glob of paint. It's not awful or anything, it's definitely not like a big thing to like harp on and complain about. But yeah. So we also don't know what hair type Abbey has, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that it's Saran. I would like it to be Saran. It doesn't look like Polly to me. It's very long. Her hair is very long and seems to go past her knees. So, that's nice. Very long hair. The artwork by Darko looks very nice, but I'll admit looks nothing like the doll. I don't know. In my opinion, these don't look similar at all. Okay, actually, I kind of like what he did with the shirt, the way that Darko drew the shirt, because he did the stitching exactly the way it is on the doll, which is really funny. I'm guessing that's what her ears look like, though. We haven't really seen Abbey's ears, because we haven't really seen it in the photos. Yeah, that's fun. Garret Sander did not, as of right now, post a photo of the back of her box. I'm trying to wait it out and see if he does post one, but, as of right now, he has not. So all we have is the artwork on the front of her box, and of course what she looks like in her box. He posted some pictures of Claude. Yeah, so this is all we got. He did post a close-up of Abbey's new pet Tundra because they changed the name from Shiver. I'll admit, Shiver was cute. Tundra looks exactly like him. Her. I forgot that Shiver was a girl. But, maybe it'll be like Cleo's situation where she has two pets because she still has his set in addition to Tut, her new pet. So, who knows? Maybe Abbey has two pet woolly mammoths. So yesterday, actually, Abbey went into stock on Amazon, and I was able to order one, but she's not in stock anymore and actually sold out within the hour. So, that's a bit unfortunate, but I was lucky enough to grab one, so I'm happy about that. It's cool to see that she's already starting to show up in places like the Mattel store, which obviously it makes sense that she would. Okay, I pulled up a picture of Abby's prototype. Let's compare the faces. So in terms of the face, I would say that it's pretty exact, actually. It looks basically just like the prototype, just the makeup looks slightly toned down. The pink in her eyeshadow is a lot brighter here than it is here. And now that I look at it, it doesn't look like her nose is blushed, it does look more painted over the way it is here, so I understand why it looks that way. It's not bad, I definitely don't dislike the nose by any means, I think it's cute. And I love the little sparkle as the white in her eye, it's very cute. Yeah, I really like her face. Like, she does look a lot sweeter than we're used to Abbey looking, but it's not like Abbey ever looked mean to begin with in G1. Also, this might sound random, but the lips, the way they did Abby's lips and fangs, really reminds me of the Collector Abbey doll. In G2, Abbey had, like, very small fangs, and it seems to be the same here. Yeah, this Abbey does look slightly wonky, but only in the fangs, just that they look a bit like they're printed lower than they should be. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of the G2 Abbey, the way they would print her mouth. Yeah, I'm surprised by how similar to the prototype she looks. Because with all of the other dolls, except for, like, Cleo and Laguna... Okay, no, Laguna does have some pretty significant changes between her prototype, but, like, Cleo, for example. If you compare basic G3 Cleo to basic G3 Cleo's prototype doll from the stock photos, they do look the same. They look basically the same. And I'm surprised to see that that's the case with Abbey as well. I was expecting something kind of like what happened with, like, Frankie and Draculaura, for example, where they look similar, but not exactly the same. I don't know. I clicked the wrong picture. I don't know. I'm very happy that she looks just like the stock photos. I'll admit, when this was the only photo we had, I was getting a little nervous. She looked a little goofy. The reflections weren't doing her well. But as soon as we got these actual close-up photos of her face, all of my concerns disappeared. She's gorgeous. So another photo of Abbey has surfaced, this time from Christina Faline, who is a Mattel designer, and this is her personal Abbey. She looks amazing, once again, very beautiful. Comparing the two, I would say that this one has a nicer hairstyle, and her hair definitely looks like Saran to me. Polly has a certain look to it that makes it look really cheap, and usually you can tell just by looking at a doll whether or not they have Polly. Abbey definitely looks like a Saran doll to me. This also goes to show that Garret Sanders' doll is posed a bit wonky. I thought she looked kind of funny. This explains it. She's definitely supposed to look a lot more relaxed. I can also see the hands a bit better in this photo, and it definitely looks like they recreated Abby's original hand mold in a way. I'll admit the hand towards the bottom of the screen on the right-hand side does look kind of like, you know, like how Lean's hands, the way her hands are posed? It almost looks like that, but I doubt that's the case. Yeah, I'm so excited to find Abbey. Like, it's gonna be fun to see her in stores, but I'm also really excited for the one that I ordered on Amazon to arrive. Currently, Amazon says that my Abbey is not going to arrive until June 17th, which, yeah, I don't want to wait that long, I'm not gonna lie. So if I do find her in stores, I'll most likely cancel that order. I don't know. I want this doll so bad, though. The artwork is gorgeous. The doll is gorgeous. Just everything is great. Everything is amazing with her. I definitely think she's the best G3 doll so far, and I couldn't be happier that the first person to report finding her was the creator of Monster High. That's really funny. So I don't want to drag this out longer than I already have, so I am going to call it there. But I am just so happy to see that Abbey is starting to be found, because this hopefully means that she'll be in stores, and maybe this means that my Amazon order will ship out before June, because I don't want to wait until the middle of June to get this doll. I know Claude is being found as well, but I'm not gonna lie, Abbey devoured Claude in every single way. Like, he looks fine. His face, I don't like. It's probably the weakest G3 face we've gotten so far, and I'll admit that's part of the reason I'm not as excited about Claude as I am Abbey. Not to mention, I was never a huge Claude stan. I've always been a giant Abbey fan. I absolutely adore her. And I can't wait for us to get out-of-box photos comparing Abbey's height to the other dolls, because I just know Abbey's giant. She's huge. Look at her. She looks like she's bursting out of her box like Calliope or something. Okay, I'm done. the video's done. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. I always love hearing what you guys have to say. What do you think of Abbey? How tall do you think she is? I hope she's like a head taller than Frankie, but that's probably not the case. Probably just barely taller than Frankie, and they're just gonna call it a day there. But yeah, as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.